into that, help me with it, and then move on. From a tech standpoint, I mean, there's some really exciting things I think happening in two places technologically. They're going to change, service and support dramatically. You merge what I talked about last year, location and big data, so mobility and big data. There's an app now called Just Landed. And when you think about how simple it is, but how powerful it is, it'll blow your mind. So the idea behind Just Landed is I launched my Just Landed app, and I put in the flight number of a friend who's coming to visit me. It then looks at where I am, looks at the real-time flight analytics of that flight. So where is it in the sky? It then looks at the traffic patterns between me and the airport and tells me when to leave.
Wow, so powerful.
Right? So there's three big convergences: big data, local, and this idea of real-time traffic. So real-time traffic, real-time air, where am I, figure out when I have to leave. I think the other thing that's really exciting in the app space is this whole context of moving beyond local, so contextual. So Google just launched something with their Nexus tablet. and it's really neat because the idea is it's contextual, right? So Google Now, and you can look it up on Google. It's if you go to Google Platform Now or just Google Now, NOW, is a contextual-based app. So what it does is you carry it with you. It's running on your machine. And as you leave the house, it says, would you like to see traffic reports for your way into work? So it proactively offers you information. So then let's just say it's around lunchtime. Google Now will pop up and say, hey, do you want to see some restaurants around where you are, right? And then when you show up at those restaurants, Google Now then launches itself again and says, here are reviews for this restaurant and dishes people liked. So contextually, applications start to assist you in your day-to-day decisions and proactively give you information you need. This is such a radical shift, I think, for knowledge workers and support organizations that are, we always talk about reactive support. That was the big thing for me 20 years ago and 10 years ago versus proactive support. Yeah. I talked last year at the conference about precognitive support and precognitive problem management, and people sat in the audience and just laughed at me. Kids, less than a year later, it's here.
Absolutely. Yep.
Just it's so exciting. So I really think those two things. So from a tech point, apps that are contextually aware that combine big data and location. From a framework standpoint, things like jobs to be done. And from a people standpoint, this whole idea of micro tasks and micro working and how that's going to change. Because I think, and there's a lot of people out there who support this belief that within 8 years, most of the world's knowledge work will be done by people who don't work for a company.